Be'ezus Hashem. Now we'll be learning Daf Lamed Aleph, Amud Aleph. We're continuing Torah Chav Aleph. Till now we learned about being masig sichliim and das. We said that in order to be masig, a type of seichel which comes on very, very quickly, which memela, because it comes on quickly, it's meilid, choyim, and slavos. The same way when a person moves his body quickly, then it warms him up. The way to be zeichet to hasagas very, very quickly is through two nekudas. One of them is being mekadosh yeshivas aneris, which means the two eyes, the two nostrils, the two ears, and the mouth, which these seven neris are connected to the mayach. And when a person is mekadosh them correctly, then they allow the seichel to come into us. The seichel is pnimi and makif. There's a seichel which a person understands, and the seichel which a person knows about but doesn't yet understand. And then there's seichel which a person doesn't even know about yet. It's makif to makif. And makif to makif is also called ibur. And so in order to bring something to makif, it's through screaming tza'okah b'torah tefillah, and being mikadosh yeshivas neris is how you bring that makif into pnimi. We said there are different types of things which are considered makif. There's things which are makif for everybody, no matter what, like Yidin and Bechira, like understanding why Klal Yisrael is Am Segula, why Klal Yisrael was to be chosen, or understanding why the Gedula of Klal Yisrael, why Bechlal Klal Yisrael was all the Gedula which it looks like it's, the Goyim have, it's really the Gedula of Klal Yisrael. And then every person, Lefi, his madrega, has his pnimi and his makif to makif. And he says this pshat pasuk nachmu nachmu ami yomer lekechem, that when a person has zeichet to das and asaga, the more a person is zeichet to come close to Hashem, to have more seichel and understanding of Hashem, then the more he has a nechama, the more he's close to Hashem, the more he has a nechama. And he has a nachmu zeichet to and how he zeichet to nechama. How is zeichet to bring in the makif to makif and the makif and the makif to pimi through yomer lekechem. Yomer is the amiras of lekechem through in dinim in tza'okos. So the Nasan, after this Torah, the Daf Lamed Aleph, he goes over a couple of sagas of the Torah which he heard. He said that before the Rebbe was Megalas Torah, they were standing next to Beis Ephraim, and the Rebbe said there's no difference for a tzaddik between life and death. Just now he lives here, and now he lives there. Because when a person is davik in Hashem, Hashem is chayim nitzchiyim, and chayim nitzchiyim is only by Hashem Yisbarach. So more a person is batal to Hashem and davik in Hashem, his chayim is chayim nitzchiyim. And the way you become davik in Hashem is ilu yidat v'yisiv. The more a person is zeichet to sichliyim and asagas of bringing into his mind should be full of Hashem, then a person's zeicha to come close to Hashem and to connect to Hashem, and then the chayim that you live is a chayim nitzchiyim, and all the tzaras and yisurim a person has is only because he doesn't have that das and seichel. The more his mind, more a person's mind is occupied by Hashem and by emunah and thoughts of emunah and sichlim of emunah, and that more that emunah becomes pnimi by him, and doesn't just stay a makif or even a makif to makif, then the more a person is zeicha that all the tzaras and yisurim don't mean anything, because in that kanisa machasarta, that all the tzaras and the yisurim a person has, it's all the ikar chasaran is b'chasaran adas, because the reason why it affects him and hurts him is only because chasaran adas, and the hepich, even the things which a person has, which the chayre looks like he has, gashmi as he has hatzachas, but kol zman it's not coming together with sichlium and das of Hashem, it's not worth anything. Because ikar chasar and shleimus, the chasar and shleimus is tali and das. Weiter the Rebbe says that kas and the chazarius also comes from chasar and das. The pasuk says kas bechik silim yinuach. And that's why somebody who's in the matzah of dinim, for example, a person's a chayla, then they're nervous. They could fall into kas very easily. And la'asal lavai will all be zeichet to das. The last lavai kimal etzdeyes Hashem. And that's why there will be shalom, and there will be no more kas and no more fighting. The gar zev and keves. Why? Because there will be so much das in the world that there will be no more fighting and no more machlekes. Because all machlekes and all kas all comes from a lack of das. Because right now there is machlekes. All comes from chasar das. Now the asad lavai, like we spoke about in the previous summit, then everyone will be zeichet to more das than now. Even the akum, because Malatz Deis Hashem, even the akum. But the hasagas, which they'll be zeichet to, are nothing compared to the hasagas that will be zeichet to. Because even they'll be zeichet to hasaga, like what a pashta hasaga, what a pashta yid has today from performing even a small mitzvah without any hasagas, with the pashta feeling a person has from putting on tefillin, from wearing tzitzis, from pashta Shabbos, and for them that will be a mardik hasaga that they were zeichet to. Wow, what is this? But our hasaga will be so much greater. And then especially the hasaga that Rebbe speaks about, like we spoke about yesterday, the hasaga that all the gedula that Higdash Hashem Lases Imanu, that the Goyim think that until now that the gedula was done for them, is really Higdash Hashem Lases Imela. All the gedula is really done for Klal Yisrael, and they'll be zechet hasaga. They'll say, "Wow, such a mighty hasaga," and we'll say Aziyam Malis Schayk Finu, Aziyam Vagam Higdash Hashem Imela. But for us, will be a Schayk. And this is why La'as Lavid will be Chaim Nitzchiyim, because of Skilei Das. And everyone will be nichel in echod, and that's why everyone will be masig Hashem echod Shmai echod, and will be masig a toiva meitiv. Everything's a toiva meitiv. And that's why every geula is always with das. Even Geulus Mitzrayim is through das. V'yadatem keni Hashem, and that's Yizaychit Amoitzi Eschem Mitachasivlis Mitzrayim, because the geula is always totally in das. The more a person works in this avodah of being moiled meichin from makifin to makifin through tza'aka, b'torah, and tefillah, and the more a person's machnis, the das and seichel in through kiddush Shavas Haneres, the more a person is like to more seichel and to the das as Hashem, and to be menachem himself, and to be zeicha to see the Chaim Nitzchiyim. And even though la'asid, when the Yimala Tzdeya and the Seichel Makif, which we have now, will become Seichel Pnimi, and there will always be new Makifin and new Pnimi, because the Madrigas are ad in Seif. Because even then there will be Makifin, because we'll be Masig Hashem more than we're Masig in Olam Hazeh, much more we ever could be Masig in Olam Hazeh, but Mavs Hashem will never be able to be Masig. But Afal Pichen, the hasagas that we're going to have, leumas and klape, the every person, the fee, his hasaga, his madrega, is every person. If he however much he worked, he'll be zeichet to so much more in Olam Haba, and the dogma in Indian, like the goyim, who'll be zeichet to a little bit more hasaga to know a pashta mitzvah, which we know about in Olam Hazeh. And for us, it won't be. It's not considered hasaga b'chlal. Klape will be masig in Olam Haba. And kol shekin, the hefesh between one tzaddik and another tzaddik, how much each tzaddik, the fee however much his harvani in Olam Hazeh, in tza'aka and Torah and tefillah and kiddush Shavas Haneres, and that's how a person's zeicha.